Hi guys, just gone through midday here in London on the 30th of March. Just thought I'd have a quick look over some of the charts. Just having a look here at the Euro USD, which last week the dollar just could not catch a bid, and we pushed higher and higher. Every dip was bought, and we moved back up to the 111 handle, the 50% fib from the 115 level we traded at not too long ago, where you can see here we came lower then quite sharply from that point. We retraced a bit, and we're just coming back down to quite a key point here in markets, 110.69. We found some good resistance there on Friday before breaking through, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. The dollar strength really to come in, I'd actually be waiting for this trend line to break, and that's when I'd be getting excited about this market moving to the downside. But for now, it's elevated. The pound, similar really, in that we had a strong week last week after pushing to the lowest since 1985, and then pushing very strongly to the upside. We're relatively mid-range for now, between Friday's high and Monday's low so far. I think if we can get below Friday's high, that's when this market could start to drift down, as we're potentially starting to see a bit of dollar strength come back in. The S&P, a decent week last week, has to be said. However, have we seen a bit of a short-term top? The 0.382 fib was hit in the early hours of Friday morning, and we are just getting squeezed in from both directions. 2500 still remains key level going forward. I would just argue that probably best to hold off today and really look to get in the trade if we were to break out either of these levels, either of these ways. Another interesting market is oil, which touched $20 overnight. We've had a 40-cent bounce so far, but worth keeping an eye on that $20, the psychological handle below there, and it could certainly get slightly more ugly for oil. Worth as well keeping an eye on the potential gap fill if oil price does decide to push on any risk on trade. For now, it seems a relatively quiet Monday morning, which we haven't really seen for too much in recent times, but the markets to focus on, in my opinion, here, keeping an eye on that euro short below that trend line. If that holds up, we could still push on, and the pound, I would say 125 to the upside is very important, and 123 to the downside, and then equities as well, just waiting for price really to break either way, and then for oil, keeping an eye on that gap fill. Quick final look over at gold, which you can see is also getting squeezed in. I would say it's worth having on this trend line as well, starting off here from the lows of the morning of the 24th, held up quite nicely this morning. If that is to break through, and again with some dollar strength or equities rising, then we could see a faster move down to 1600 handle. But for now, still relatively elevated. Hope you all have a good day, and I'll catch you later on.